Hi, this is Dr. Liz with the Hypnotize Me podcast. I'm happy to be here today. I looked at my calendar and the episodes that I had planned to release, and I realized that one of them was releasing on Christmas morning or the day after. And I just thought to myself, oh, that's just not the right one for Christmas morning. I know Hanukkah starts around the same time this year. I think they coincide within like a day or so, which is awesome. Like, yay, I always love when that happens. It's only happened 3 times in the past 10 years, but it's happening this year. So I thought, let me prepare something else. Like, let me prepare a gift for my listeners so that they have something today or tomorrow or the next day that they can come back to and listen to and really benefit from. Not that you don't benefit from every episode, but let me just prepare something special. So that's what today's is. I'm going to talk about the story behind it first for a little bit, and then a gong sound will ring, or a fairy sound, not sure which one, and the meditation will start. And it's a compassionate kindness meditation for yourself, to be compassionate and kind towards yourself around these holidays. So you shouldn't be driving when you listen to that part of the podcast. It's not a full hypnosis that I'm going to do today. It is a meditation, which varies a little bit from hypnosis, but it's still an imagery where you need to be relaxed. You can close your eyes and do this type of thing. So obviously you shouldn't do that while you're driving, right? Or doing laundry or doing the dishes. Maybe doing the dishes. That one might be okay. But certainly not while you're driving or working, I don't know, heavy machinery. I always picture like farmers out in the field when people say heavy machinery, or like great big factories, you know, with lots of sounds going on. But why someone would be listening to a hypnosis with like a huge factory with tons of noise, I don't know, but whatever. Anyway, back to the point. You can listen to this first part if you're driving, and I often listen to podcasts when I'm driving. But when the gong sounds, you need to go ahead and turn it off probably. And then you can come back to it at a different time and listen to it later when you have time. So let's get started here. The whole impetus of this episode was because I had a conflict with my ex-husband around one of my kids, something that one of my kids was doing. And I'm not going to go into the full story just to protect their privacy and his as well, but it really bothered me. And it bothered me that night, and it bothered me the next morning. And I woke up thinking, how did I ever marry this person? Like, how in the world did I ever marry this person? Now, I know that divorced people often think this. I know that married people often think this too, though. I do couples counseling in my practice. I'm trained like level 1 Gottman and have just read a ton about it. You know, I was a marriage and family specialist when I went through graduate school like 20 plus years ago. So I followed it ever since then. So I know that couples will often come in and think this as well. It's actually one of my assessment questions. Like, did you ever wish that you had not committed to this person? And it's really telling when someone answers yes. So not to get sidetracked there, but this was my thought. How did I ever marry this person? And it was really a thought that I recognized in the moment was beating myself up, right? It wasn't a kind thought to myself. It wasn't a thought of like, okay, he made a misstep. That's totally his responsibility. It has nothing to do with me. No, the thought was, how did I ever marry this person? And I immediately recognized it and thought, oh, I'm going to have to go to 2 things here. One is humility. Like, yep, I was on my own journey when I met him and fell in love with him. And I had my own needs and wants and issues going on at the time that led to all of these events to where I married him. And the second thing I went to is, oh, I'm going to have to go to kindness here. Kindness, compassionate, talk to myself. And I did that for a little while, and it just didn't seem to be working for me. You know, I would still come back to the thought of like, why did I marry him? I thought to myself, I need to go meditate, then I need to sit with these feelings. And I meditate on a daily basis. And there's this great app, actually. I actually don't really enjoy meditation apps that much, but there's this one that a friend recently told me about called Insight Timer. Insight, INSIGHT Timer. And it is wonderful. I've never seen anything like this. Like, it has its this whole community inside the app with groups and people, and you can see how many people are meditating. You can also get like fantastic free meditations on there. So I opened up the app and I looked for a compassionate kindness meditation, and I did that. And my intention was for myself, to access that for myself. But in the process, I began to access it for my ex-husband as well. Like really begin to see, sometimes we don't know what to do as parents. We always look for help. I know I do. I listen to the Solo Parent Life podcast. I listen to Launching Our Daughters podcast. Those two are both great ones about like, geez, what do I do with these girls that are growing into young women? I need some help here, how to navigate single parenthood often. But you still don't know what to do lots of times, right? Lots of times it's like you're looking back afterwards and thinking, I should have done this, this, and this. And I actually didn't do anything wrong in the moment. Everything I did, I felt was appropriate. And I didn't react negatively to him. I really kept my cool, all of this. But it was like I still needed to access compassion for him not knowing what to do. Just like I don't know what to do often. So that's what happened during the meditation. And I thought we could all use a little compassionate kindness meditation, right? All of us could, for yourself, for someone you're struggling with, for someone you're not struggling with. It's a beautiful, beautiful practice to really meditate on someone and surround them with loving, kind energy or light or whatever image you want to hold. So that's what we're going to do today, okay? I'm going to stop talking now, and a little gong or sound will sound, or fairy dust or something like that, and then we'll get started on the meditation. And before I go, peace, people, to all of you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy, what's the one that Seinfeld, George's father used to celebrate? Festivus, right? Happy Festivus. Really, whatever you celebrate, I really wish for you today some peace and some kindness, both towards yourself and towards others. So go ahead and sit in a comfortable position or lie down, either way, and just begin to let your breath slow. If that's difficult for you, you can just simply notice a breath coming in and out of the nose or mouth. Gently scan the body, notice any areas of tension, and imagine those areas softening. You can imagine a wave of relaxation going all the way down the body, starting above the head and extending all the way down the head and neck, the shoulders and back, all the way down the legs and the feet, and even beyond the feet. You can let the jaw release, the tongue come off the roof of the mouth, and the skin around the eyes soften. And if you like, you can let a small smile come to your face. Now imagine a trusted advisor or a caring, compassionate figure. And they're sitting right beside you. This may be a religious figure, or someone you have known, or someone you know. It may be an animal or something out of nature, like a wise, beautiful tree. It may just be a spiritual image or sense, something that's more abstract. Whatever you choose is okay. Now imagine what this trusted advisor would say to you right now. How would they be compassionate to you and whatever you're struggling with in this moment, whatever your feelings are? Perhaps you feel this strongly, or perhaps you're feeling a bit numb or shut down. If that's the case, simply let yourself be in the presence of your ideal image. Just allowing yourself to be there, allowing yourself to stay present with whatever emotion you're feeling. Imagine yourself enveloped with compassion and with a deep sense of kindness. Now let's imagine yourself with the same characteristics, as if you're just as kind and compassionate as your ideal image. For a moment, imagine what that would feel like, and extend that to yourself. For a moment, or for a couple of moments. This is you giving yourself kindness and compassion. This is you taking care of yourself. Now, if you like, extend that same sense of kindness and compassion to someone else that you love. Imagine them surrounded by a beautiful light. Perhaps it's golden. Perhaps it's white. Perhaps it's a brilliant color of your own choosing. Notice how easy it is to extend that to someone you love and care deeply about. And now, if you're ready, extend that to someone who you may be struggling with. If you can only hold this for a moment, that's okay. Don't place any judgment on yourself around it. What would it be like if you could only see them with kindness and compassion? Even if they've harmed you. Can you see them now as a small child, not getting what they need? Perhaps they're sad, or lonely, or afraid. Can you imagine comforting them in that state? Can you identify with any part of their struggle, even a very, very small one? Now come back to someone who is easy to love, and imagine having loving, kind feelings towards them. Imagine them once again surrounded by the beautiful light of kindness and compassion. And finally, come back to yourself, surrounding yourself with that same light and love. Perhaps you're standing beside your loved one or sitting beside them. Perhaps it's an image of just you. For a moment, if you'd like, you can even see yourself as a small child in need of a hug, in need of caring and love and compassion. And giving that to yourself. Now in this moment, grow yourself up and take a slightly deeper inhale and exhale. Once again, feeling compassionate and kind towards your grown-up self. Begin to feel more present and feel the surface beneath you. Take a deeper inhale and exhale and bring yourself back to awareness. Stretch your feet out like the roots of a tree, and your hands out like its branches. And then gently open your eyes. Ground your feet and place them on something firm before you continue on your journey today. I wish you love, peace, compassion, and kindness. I hope you enjoyed the compassionate kindness meditation and found it helpful for your life. That's it for the podcast this week. If you would like other meditations that I've done, you can get them for free at my website, drlizhypnosis.com. Have a wonderful week.